If you're anything like me, you might have felt like there's not a lot to do in WoW at the moment. And it's normal, to be fair, we're in between two big patches, and the game may not feel as enjoyable as it usually does. So, here are 5 different systems and pieces of content that you might have not gone through yet that can make the game really enjoyable while waiting for an update. First off, we have Torghast. Now that it isn't related to player power, Torghast is actually an enjoyable system. Even though it's pretty easy at level 70, it's still super fun to see your character become absolutely overpowered, especially on classes like Warrior or Demon Hunter, where you always have a keybind to press and you can just really blast through and have some fun. The rewards are actually pretty good as well. You have some mounts, achievement titles, and even transmogs. It's also very easy to access. You simply need to go to your capital city, get the intro quest for Shadowlands, use the skip by talking to an NPC nearby, then choose Threads of Fate once you enter Oribos, go talk to Tal Inara to skip through to Zerath Mortis, then use the teleporter, jump down, and take the portal to Torghast. Unfortunately, if you don't see those options, you might have to actually go through the Shadowlands campaign. The second system is gonna be Dragonracing. So in case you haven't tried it out too much yet, Dragonracing is actually pretty fun, and there's a load of races available. Currently there's the Outlands Cup going on, and there's always going to be these events with Dragon Racing, but there's also the basic ones in the Dragon Isles, and there's actually a ton of those if you count the Zaralek Caverns, Forbidden Reach, and Emerald Dream, and they all have 5 different difficulties each. So that's really a lot of content to go through. And if you're a little bit scared about Dragon Racing, or you feel like you're really bad at it, feel free to check out my guides. I think they will really help you, and they have some really good tips to help you get the gold timers super easily. Personally, the thing I like the most about Dragon Racing is when you have this like one really hard race that it just seems like you can't get through it, you can't get the gold timer, and you just keep trying, and you have like dozens of tries or something, and at the end you eventually get it, and that just feels really, really good. The third thing on the list is going to be the Garrison. Again, you might have some bad memories from Warlords of Draenor, but the Garrison is now a pretty fun system. Just the sheer variety of buildings that you can get and level up is pretty crazy. Did you know that you can get a transmog set that looks exactly like a Stormwind Guard from the Garrison? And did you know that you can also get a mount from fishing in the Garrison? I bet you didn't. And there's a lot more that you can do with it. It's really a cool system, and you can even make some gold from it. So I really encourage you to check out the Garrison. If you want to get it set up, simply take the intro quest to Warlords of Draenor from your capital city, and then just follow the main quests. The fourth thing is, I think, a really important one. It's also more general, but it is to discover new content. So what I mean by this is many players in WoW will either always do collecting, or always do PvP, or always do PvE. And that's fine. If you like that, that's great. But sometimes when the game gets a little bit boring, changing which part of the game you play can make it interesting again. So if you've been doing only a lot of Mythic Plus, let's say, maybe you should try out PvP. I don't know, try out Solo Shuffle, try out Solo Queue Battlegrounds. And if you've been doing PvP, then maybe try some collecting. Try running old raids and getting a bunch of new transmog. I think that kind of mindset of trying out new things can really make the game enjoyable whenever there's a bit of a lack of whichever content you like. And the fifth and final thing is going to be gold making. Now, I didn't include gold making in the fourth part because I think that gold making is kind of a part of all of the other types of content in game. For example, there's always a way to make some gold with, let's say, PvP by buying the honor gear and disenchanting it. There's ways to make gold with Mythic Plus, whether it's through boosting or again farming gear. There's really like a bunch of different ways to do gold making, really. It's pretty crazy. And I think that since it's such a huge thing, there's a high chance that you'll find one branch of gold making that you'll like more than the others, and that will feel pretty enjoyable for you. For me personally, one thing I really like is just doing outdoor transmog farms, because sometimes I feel like it's just really nice to get out there, just kill a bunch of mobs, get some loot, put it on the auction house, and not have to worry about anything else. If you're looking to get started with gold making or learn about all the best gold making strategies, feel free to check out gaminghero.io, which is a fantastic website for gold makers with over 200 gold making guides. I hope that this video helped you out, and if you have any other suggestions for all the people watching, then feel free to drop them in the comments. Until then, have a nice day.